All right. Looks like it's up and going. Let's make sure everything's going. You got your phone silent?
Yes.
Even the media. So when you open it, does it like, hey?
That can't be silenced.
Yeah, it can.
Oh well, I don't know how.
Well, I just did it. So.
Give me your phone. I can do it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
All right. So then, los Tecnicos,
Tecnicos, estamos aquí.
All right. Let's go ahead and do this. What, we're 235?
35.
All right. Live from Studio 511. It's the 235th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
Yo soy Arnoldo.
And thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. We very much appreciate it. We got a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of stuff to talk about, as usual. If you're joining us live, thank you so much. I'll have you pulled up right here on the old smartphone. So if you're watching live on the YouTube, log into your Google account or your YouTube account, and you'll be able to interact with us, talk with us on the live chat. Basically, if you just want to tell us hi, that's cool, but we also appreciate it if you fact check us, call us out on our bullshit, ask us questions, all that good stuff. I'll see it here on my phone, and I'll try to involve you into the show. Also, things are a little bit different today. It's just Los Tecnicos. It's just me and Arnold tonight. Chris is not here. He's at a U2 concert.
I guess.
U2, okay. But
1987 all of a sudden.
Yeah, but hey, you could catch him and Travis on the DarkMatch, which was filmed immediately following BackaLsh. It was those two guys take on what happened at BackaLsh and NXT Takeover. So that being said, we're gonna try to cover a little bit of that, the things that I think is important, and I guess Arnold, you might have some stuff to bring up. But
yeah.
For the most part, they have that stuff covered. But hey, we have opinions too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you want to start with that? Just kind of get that stuff out of the way?
Yeah, let's start with Takeover.
Takeover. All right, Takeover. Here we
go. My biggest takeaway is going to be, it was dead set in the middle. Takeover. It was dead set in the middle of Takeover. We had the British guys. Oh, my.
Yes.
What did I say last week? My anticipation was at a 0.
I believe you did say that, yeah.
This match exceeded my expectations slightly. It was a 10.
Whoa.
It was a 10. Oh my God, that match. I instantly was like, that's one of the best matches I've ever seen. Like, God damn, that was a great match from the start. It was like, okay, cool. It wasn't a slow start, but it was like a kind of methodical start, kind of like, okay, They were feeling each other out. They were like, all right, let's do this. And just from like the midpoint on, just bam, just after spot, moves that I've never even seen before.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of close, 1, 2, 3s almost and stuff like. Oh my God, I can't even remember the word for it right now. It was just
near fall.
Near fall.
There you go.
So many near falls. Like, oh, at any moment it could have ended, and I would have been like, all right, that's cool.
They were cool.
And they went on for like 15 more minutes other than that. So I was just like, yes. Oh my. By the end of the match, I was just like,
this is funny because after we recorded last week we actually started the show where Chris and I were pretty much talking about the UK stuff and all that. And then at work, you and I, we were doing our stuff on Saturday, and we were watching back the show, and you told me, dude, I was so bored the first 5-10 minutes of the show last week. I go, why? Because y'all were talking about the UK stuff, and I don't care.
Yeah, I was completely like just whatever about it.
Yeah, but that's because you didn't watch the UK tournament or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, you don't have, dude. You ain't got no excuse now, man. That
made me jump on board to whatever they got going on. It made me want to watch the UK special that I didn't watch on Friday.
Friday night.
This was beforehand, so I still wasn't convinced.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, those two kids. I say kids because they're fucking kids.
Well, one of them is 20.
Yeah, and the other one's like 22.
I don't know how the other one.
I don't know. Can't be that much older.
Also.
Yeah, but oh my God. They put on a clinic, man.
Yeah.
Like they put on if somebody, I always put it this way. If one of my friends was coming over who didn't watch wrestling and sat down with me and said, hey, let me watch this match with you, this would have been the perfect match to watch him with, because I, who was just damn near jaded at this point with so much wrestling that we watch, was just like, oh, fuck, that was amazing. Like, God. And I watched this shit late. I got home, the husband and adult, basically, everything was going down. I got home late, so I didn't start watching Takeover till damn near midnight.
Yeah,
man, I was was a very. The house was dark and it was lonely, but I was like, yeah, woo! Trying not to wake my 2-year-old daughter up. But I was, yeah,
wake Penny up and be like, hey, come look at this.
Check this out. Oh my God, man, it was so good.
I watched it during the day today. I was a little bit busy this past weekend. We'll get to that later. But I didn't really get a chance to. But Travis and Chris, they had very high praise for the match. On the episode of the Dark Match that they did, they talked about it. And then you told me the next morning at work, dude, you got to go back and watch that match. I'm like, okay, I haven't had a chance to, but I will. And I've been meaning to. And between you three, between other people online, between other people that I know telling me, like, oh, man, this match was awesome. I was like, all right. Now, what happens whenever anybody else tells one of the other of us, hey, this match is awesome. You need to check it out. What happens? That person, all right, fine, motherfucker. Let's see if this match is really good. And you turn it on, and you have a fucking critical eye.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened to me. I had a fucking critical eye. That being said, I loved it. It's a 10 for me, too.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't find any fault in this match. I was thinking going into it, knowing who these guys were, knowing that they were UK guys, that this was going to be just like a really, really, really good mat chain wrestling technical thing, which I like. I mean, after all, I'm a Bret Hart mark. I love, technical wrestling. But I thought that was going to be it. No, it had great chain wrestling, but then it also had nonchalant high flying out of nowhere. Man. It also had out of nowhere just nonchalant brutal hits, like Japanese strong style, like when they were swinging at each other trying to stand up, and they kept swinging at each other again. Oh my God,
I get the whole bruiserweight term now.
I do too.
I completely understand it. Oh my God,
man, if there's anybody out there watching right now that felt the way Arnold felt last week, where he said, man, I was so bored because you guys were talking about the UK guys, trust us, man. If you have not yet watch the UK tournament, if you have not yet watched the UK special for Friday, if you have not yet watched this particular match from NXT TakeOver, you are doing yourself a disservice as a wrestling fan. This match is that damn good. It was a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a match of the week pick. I mean, we talk about all the flippy dippies and the technical and the stuff like that. There was so much psychology in the match too. There was perfect selling, perfect fighting spirit in it. It was damn near perfect match. And the fact that we had JR calling the match and Nigel McGuinness.
They were elevating that match even higher.
So good, dude. And the crowd being the respectful crowd, not typically respectful crowd, was being respectful to this. They were in Chicago.
They were chanting UK in Chicago.
They were chanting UK in Chicago. What? Because the match was that goddamn good. They were giving standing ovations like 2 or 3 times. Nigel pointed it out. That match is that damn good. And that's my match of the week.
What about you? That's my match of the year so far.
You know what?
I can't think of one better right now off the top of my head. Okay.
And Travis and Chris kind of stole our thunder on that. They kind of took it upon themselves to do the whole little shield thing, put their hands in the middle and go up or down, and both of them did it, and they both gave it up. It's officially on our match of the year candidacy list. I think that list is about 6 matches long now so far. I'm not sure. Chris has the actual list on his phone, but I would definitely say with 100% certainty, even after everybody telling me, oh man, this match is good, it
lived up to the hype.
It lived up to the hype for me,
and then some.
And I was like,
it led up to the hype for me because I had no hype. Right. I was like, whatever. I no lie, I almost fast forwarded through it. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see what's going on. Oh man, I fucking do not regret fast forwarding.
I guess there's something to be said about lowered expectations sometimes, but even then, I mean, dude, it was still badass. And I like the fact that Tyler Bate himself is just so young, so that we kind of are on the starting floor of his career. You think about Brock Lesnar, you think about Randy Orton. They were the youngest WWE champions respectively. Look at them now. I mean, 15 years down the line, they're still in their prime. They're still doing great, and they're still on top of the world. What's going to happen with this Tyler Bate kid? He's 20, and he just had a match of the year candidate in his first year of wrestling for the WWE.
I think you're getting the names mixed up.
No. Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bates with the mustache.
With the mustache. Yeah.
The one who won.
That's done.
Done. Okay.
That's done.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, he's that young. And dude, he's going to be around for a while, and this match probably put him on the map for not only me, but for a lot of other people.
Yeah, both of them. Definitely both of them. Just I mean, for me, again, I have to reiterate, my stock for them was low. So both of them were just like, wham, just shut up. And because I know what they're capable of now. So now I have high expectations and that they could live up to. So,
all right. Now I didn't watch all of NXT Takeover. I made sure that I watched that. But you know, I kind of only halfway paid attention. Again, it was a crazy, crazy week for me. Was there anything else from Takeover that you want to bring up that the guys didn't already take care of on the dark match?
No, everything. Like I personally thought Takeover was better than Backlash. I'll say before we even get into Backlash.
Okay.
Before Backlash even started, I was like, "There's no way they could top it off." Because I like the Tommy Rude match was badass. It was better than I thought it was going to be because I watched the story right before the match again, so I was already invested. And then they had a great match. I don't know what they're going to do with the Tommy. I've already read what they're going to do with Tommy, where he's going to feud with KO now. For some reason, apparently he threw like a temper tantrum backstage.
So he's getting called up, or is KO going back down?
They're both staying in NXT. Sounds like.
How can Cassius Ohno, not Kevin Owens? I was so confused.
The original KO.
I was so confused.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're gonna feud apparently, but whatever. I don't even care. I just want more of Tommy because that was good. But Rude, I'm kind of like, well, okay, well, I guess they're gonna go somewhere else with him. But I'm already like, all right, fuck it. I'm higher on Rude than I was before now too, because he put on a good match. It wasn't a boring match. It was good. I had moments where I was very, very entertained.
Okay.
That beside the British match, that tag team match was fucking solid. Okay. That ladder match was good. It had everything that we needed to have to it. It had the spots, crazy spots. It had good, bruising, tough guy wrestling in it, and it had a good ending. I was hoping DIY would win it, but I'm still okay with it. Like the crowd was really, really into the match too, which is what I loved.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised they put that at the main event. Very surprised by that.
Yeah. But
happy because of the end when that fucking that heel turn. Yeah. Ciampa just fucking bam. I was like, oh.
You see, I like I said, I didn't watch anything in time, and there was just two things that I heard everybody talking about, and that was the UK match and the turn by Ciampa.
Yeah.
So that was all people were talking about. That was all the things I got spoiled on. I not seeing the turn in real time, but seeing it like a little bit of YouTube clips or whatever. I think I'm okay with it, but the problem that I have, which is also I think the same problem that Travis and Chris mentioned on the dark match, is, yay, we just got this one badass thing to actually happen, but now because of the way the NXT is structured, you're not going to get any capitalization for probably another couple of weeks. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, at least 2 weeks.
Yeah. So Is that going to be the only thing? Because I don't want to steal too much thunder from, in case anybody hasn't already watched it, I don't want to steal thunder from that show. But is there anything else, maybe a different thing from Takeover, or are we pretty much done with Takeover?
No, we're done with Takeover. I could just say it was a solid as Takeover. Okay. Everybody came out looking great from it.
Again, if you want match by match analysis from the night after, go check out the dark match right here on the Houston Wrestling Radio YouTube channel. It's featuring Chris and Travis, so returning Travis. So that was pretty cool that he's back. But yeah, go and check them out. It's the next video before this video that you're watching right now. Okay, that being said, we could move on to Backlash, but I feel that since it's our duty to also cover SmackDown, I think when we talk about SmackDown and Backlash, we're going to have to bounce off each other.
So we could just hit straight to the Raw.
Yeah, so let's go to Raw first.
Okay.
And then when we get to SmackDown, we'll SmackDown, a little bit of Backlash there in between, a little salt and pepper. So then let's hit it up. Raw. There was a few things in there that were pretty good. I feel like Raw was solid, but it wasn't like the best thing. But it wasn't the worst either.
It was the third week in a row for me that it was better than SmackDown, but because it had it had seeds of storylines. It furthered some and it started some potential other ones. So I like where a couple of directions they're going with in the mid card, going up to the maybe higher part of the card. My nitpick was with the intro. It felt like back in the day, Triple H coming out and cutting a 20-minute promo to start off Raw. Yeah,
really?
I feel like they've been doing that a lot this year with the whole. Oh, this guy. They have let's say 4 or 5 members in part of the big match, so they're gonna have the first guy come out, then they're gonna have the other guy interrupt him and talk shit. Then they're gonna have the other guy talk shit. Then they're gonna kind of squabble, and then they're gonna somehow have a tag match. This one was kind of that, but not. They had a singles match, which turned into a tag match. But what I am liking, aside his occasional missteps on the mic here and there, Kurt Angle as a GM has been really, really good. I think he served as that. He serves as the best parts of Shane and Bryan put together in one. He has, I think so. He knows when to shut up. He knows when to, he knows when to shine. He knows when to joke, when to be serious. And he knows, kind of like Regal, where he's not all the way, you're not there all the time. He's not there. He's just like kind of let him play, but lay down the law when need be.
Is that your hot take?
Nah, it's not a hot take. It's just a personal opinion.
Oh, I see.
But no, I mean, the opening segment was all right. The improv, the match kind of got canceled. Kind of was like, all right, so you just wasted my time for me to tell me that what we saw is gonna happen in the main event. So I could have been eating a sandwich instead.
Right, pretty much. I felt like the opening for Raw, aside from the fact that it might have been a little formulaic, I kind of liked what Bray had to say.
I did not. Really? I thought that was one of the worst promos he's cut.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad. He said "beast" like 75 times. Like it was. He said it a lot. I thought he said "beast" too many times.
Maybe I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, no, I was just like, God. And like the laughing was kind of cool at first, but then it was kind of like you couldn't take him serious anymore. It felt like the guy, because it kind of is, the guy who always gets his ass whooped, but still wants to go up against the guy who's kicking his ass.
That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, like, come on, kick my ass. I already did. Well, do it again. I dare you. Okay, I'll do it again. Yeah, that's what I just like. They need to do something different with Bray. I don't know what. Yeah. Maybe the after this stuff, the Finn and Bray stuff can start, and that'll be where I'll be invested again. Yeah, something needs to change because I love Bray Wyatt, and I don't want to feel this way about him.
Yeah, I don't want to feel this way about him either. Although, like, it's been an up down with me for him because like. I get invested in him, and then like he just loses a bunch of stuff, and like he'll win a match or like a couple of matches, or like he'll get an interesting program, and I'll be like, "Fuck yeah, Bray Wyatt, I'm back in." But then it's like, House of Horrors, okay, losing to Cena at WrestleMania 30, or losing to Taker, then I'm like, oh, what the hell are you doing?
They kill his momentum quite often.
Right, exactly. And I know that there's an argument out there of. Well, he doesn't need to win because he's all character. Undertaker was all character, but he won a lot.
Yeah, he didn't win the title, but he won the matches.
He won the title several times.
But you don't. Yeah, but you don't. When you think of Taker, you don't have an image of him with a belt. You have an image of him being scary as fuck, or just creepy, or badass. Yeah, American badass.
But he never lost as much as Bray is losing. Sure, he lost. He wasn't Cena. He wasn't Hulk Hogan. Where he won everything. But he won enough to where he was menacing. And then you throw in the streak at WrestleMania where he's undefeated. Yeah. Well, he's undefeated at Mania, but he'll lose at Survivor Series. Yeah, but that's okay because it's like he still can kick your ass, especially if it's Mania, and you don't have anything like that with Bray. Bray has character.
You keep building his stable and tearing it apart.
Yeah,
you keep doing it. They don't know what they're doing, and it sucks. A little social media thing. When Jinder won the belt. Yeah. I looked at the timeline. Like 10 minutes later, he typed Bray Wyatt on Twitter. Just typed in "damn." Like, damn, that could have been me, or that should be me.
Did he say "damn"? That could have been.
No,
me?
He just said the word "damn." Period.
Why did what?
That was right after Jinder won the belt, and Bray Wyatt just typed the word "damn." I might be reading too much into it. Yeah, I might be, but I might not be because everyone else on the comment section saying the same thing I was. Like, damn, they really fucked you up. You should be the champion. Blah blah blah. That's your spot. you shouldn't be on Raw. You should be on SmackDown.
So not only did he not even have the title shot that the House of Horrors match was supposed to be, they handed the title over to somebody else a month. That's okay.
They elevated somebody from the lower mid card to give him the belt.
I could kind of see how he could be salty about that, but then again, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to read too much into it. But okay, that's Bray. Basically, Bray, Roman, they're doing a thing where they're a part of this 5-way. That's Raw there. But I kind of want to move away from that. We'll revisit that here pretty soon. But you said something when we first started talking about Raw stuff, that they put seeds for mid-card things. And a big seed that I'm kind of excited about to talk to you about, because you didn't know what it was, and I had to tell you in the chat, was who actually attacked Enzo.
Yeah.
Now, we saw later on in the night, Callisto went up to, hey, you shouldn't have done that to Enzo. It's like, it wasn't me. Yeah, whatever, back and forth. And we're supposed to be led to believe that it's one of the highest brand guys. Yeah, it's one of the highest brand guys. That is a red herring, sir. Or at least I believe it to be a red herring. Now, this isn't completely me. I have to give credit where credit is due. My roommate, Portia, she was the one who pointed this out to me. And I had to go back and rewatch this. Immediately before the match with Dean Ambrose and Elias Sampson, there was backstage segment with Sasha. And I think it was Charlie or one of the interviewer clones goes up to her and they start having this interview, and Fox comes out. Before Fox comes out, and it's just Sasha and the interviewer, they took about 2/3 of the screen. On the other 1/3 of the screen, you saw in the background, way down the aisle way there, top guys walking out of a room and into the other side of the hallway.
Really?
Yes. Dash and Dawson.
Broken jaw?
It looks like he had a beard. You didn't see him with fucking headgear or anything, but he just walked out and then he turned. So you just saw his profile and you saw his back. And it said Revival.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it said Revival, and then the other cue ball one comes out and you saw him, and I was like, huh. Oh. Immediately after that is when the match happened with Dean and the Drifter. Yeah. Immediately after the match, that's when they go backstage. Hey, Enzo was attacked, and Cass and the referee are, what happened? Cut to commercial. Come back from commercial. That's when Enzo says, man, I don't know what happened, man. I woke up and you were talking to me. Yeah. So,
okay, wow, that went a whole different direction.
It did, and I did not pick it up. Thank you, Portia, for pointing that out to me.
Good job, because I was going the exact opposite of, I thought it was Big Cass. Ooh. Yeah, I was hoping it was Big Cass.
Yeah,
that'll start the little dissension.
That could be another red herring. It could be just coincidence that the Revival were walking around backstage.
It could have been Rikishi hired by Triple H.
It could have been. He did it, or he did it for The Rock.
Yeah, he did it for the people.
But dude, that was enough to get me interested in what the hell is going on with Enzo, because this isn't really the first time that Enzo's been the one to get beat up, and Cass is like, oh no, what am I gonna do with Enzo? We've seen this before, and I kind of had to roll my eyes at it. One of these days, Enzo or Cass is gonna be like, you know what? Fuck this guy. He's dead weight. Eventually. But apparently not now. And if that means the Revival's gonna come back and feud with them, I'm
they have a feud when they come back, I'm fine with that. Yeah. I know he was supposed to be out of back. Oh, you know what? It was 6 weeks or something like that.
Something like that.
I thought it was gonna be longer.
I saw on Twitter, I think it was either earlier today or yesterday. Oh, Randy pulled it up. Look. See, can you see on the TV? You can't see it? Well, yeah, Randy just pulled it up on the TV over here.
I'll rewatch it. I still have it at home.
Yeah. Or we could watch it after you're done recording it, which I'm sure some of you listeners will go back and rewatch.
Yeah.
But yeah, check it out. It's right there.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's something that piqued my interest. But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be interested at all, because Titus Brand,
that whole segment was a down, bad. It was just
it's weird, because it's like they're trying to make something out of Titus Brand, and there's something there. I admit there's something there. He has a certain charisma, but his stock is so low. When you take Apollo Cruz, whose stock is also so low, and you take Callisto, who I fucking love, but his stock is so low, and you try to put them all together, 1 + 1 + 1 does not equal 3 with these guys.
It was -4.
Yeah, they're not elevating each other.
Callisto and Apollo are both terrible, and backstage segments. They just it looks scripted. I mean, it's fucking wrestling, it is, but it's like it sounds scripted. It sounds like 8th grade drama play in the cafeteria or in the auditorium.
Okay,
it sounds bad, like it's like, come on, I want to like Apollo so much, but you're not letting me. But it's the opposite of Roman Reigns. You're not pushing him, or you're doing something wrong with him instead of doing the right thing. It just, man.
They're giving him Roman Reigns suffering succotash writing without the mega push. That's what they're doing with Apollo.
Yeah, it's not
they're
good.
They're giving him a half-ass push with shitty writing.
You already started the dissension with Cruz and fuck is his name? Titus O'Neil. I want to call him Cruz because he looks like Terry Crews to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just bad. I didn't like anything about that on that level. But from there, I want to jump to something.
Okay.
From that mid card being bad, to, like, having a team that was just floundering, not doing good.
Mm-hmm.
From the ashes rose Goldust.
Oh, sir.
My God.
That might be my pick for segment of the week, as Chris likes to say.
Oh, man. It felt like I was in 1996. I felt like I was a little boy watching it in my room, hoping my mom didn't walk in, because my mom did not want me watching Goldust when I was a kid. She thought he was gay, and she thought I was gay. Shit, they thought I was gay till before I got married. So
Randy's laughing.
Yeah, my mom was hella insecure about Goldust because he was poisoning my mind with the gayness.
Right.
And he was right. Dude, oh God, his promo was so good. It was vintage Goldust.
It was.
It was pre-stutter, pre-everything, pre-all that shit that happened. It's like, it's kind of like, I'll use this analogy if you've ever watched X-Men. The first two X-Men were good. The third X-Men was fucking rubbish. It was terrible.
Okay.
What they did in Days of Future Past was say, hey, remember X-Men 3? Never happened. So it feels like that's what Goldust is doing now. Like, remember the stutter I had? Remember all that shit? Remember this other bullshit I had?
The green jumpsuit.
Yes, all that
nipples.
never happened. 1996 went straight to 2017 right there.
Yeah.
It sucks. The stutter thing was kind of funny, and you had the Booker T and Goldust, which is cool.
Right. Yeah.
But it was never as good as the old school Goldust.
Now, as much as you marked out for it, and as much as I marked out for it, that one over there, Randy sitting on the couch did not mark out for it. And here's why.
Really? She loves the gays.
Well, that is true. But here's why. Randy doesn't know that Goldust. Randy has been watching for about 5 years. And within those 5 years, all she's seen has been Stardust, Goldust tag team. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Weird Goldust, but not weird. Yeah.
Goldust. Movie director, movie quoting, like demented cinema goer Goldust.
God, dude.
So while she did not mark out, and while I'm sure there may be others that are not old school fans that did not mark out as hard as we did on this, man, I hope that the WWE and he does this justice enough that us marking out as hard as we did can be transferred to the newer viewers like Randy.
2 months ago, I casually mentioned something to you that I noticed at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Goldust was wearing his throwback Goldust, I would call it outfit. His gear.
Yeah, okay.
He was wearing his, the not gold and black, but gold and silver, gold and whatever he used to be. I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be his last WrestleMania because he's old.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably done. Au contraire, he is alive, baby, and he's back.
Yeah,
he's gonna just get rid of, he's gonna dismiss R-Truth because nobody cares about R-Truth. Sucks to say, but I
think he might be.
I want him to just be done with R-Truth as fast as possible. I don't know, start a feud with somebody else. Hell, give him a world title opportunity. He's not gonna win, but give him a chance. Let him ride out in style. Let him ride, because this has to be his last, hurrah. But let him, because he's still athletic. He's still in good shape. Probably in better shape now than before.
And thank you, DDP and DDP Yoga, for that. That's the only reason. Like, dude, if you saw his run in TNA as Black Reigns, oh God, it was terrible. That's when I thought Goldust was done. I thought he was done because he was out of shape. He got gassed real easy. He couldn't, and it was just terrible. And the bad, like, I'm Goldust, but I'm not Goldust. I'm Black Reigns gimmick. It was stupid. But dude, like, he came back to WWE, got him into this phenomenal shape, and now he's like doing all this stuff. Like, I was already happy with him tagging with Cody and turning Cody into Stardust. I was happy there. But with this, 2 years later, holy shit, I'm very excited,
dude.
But all right,
I have a little bit of fantasy booking idea that just kind of popped in my head right now.
Okay.
This is Arnold Theater.
All right, I was gonna say let's not belabor Goldust, but I want to hear this.
Let's say let's say they do what I say. They push Goldust a little bit. He squashes R-Truth out of the way, gets some momentum, somehow winds up in Intercontinental Champion, bring back that gold Intercontinental title that he's somehow win that, be fucking on top. Royal Rumble time, whatever, all the way up until then to December. WWE follows the trend of what's been going on with the Japan people. If they have their run out there, then they come home. Or they'll go to a different promotion, then they come home. Next WrestleMania, give them what they wanted years ago. A returning Cody Rhodes versus Goldust for the Intercontinental Championship. Just think about how that would be in 2018. How good that would be.
I'd like that.
Because
I don't know if it'll happen.
I don't know if it'll happen either.
That's fantasy booking.
Right now, I want Cody as far away from WWE as possible to let him get his stock back. The perfect example is the three-man band guy.
Ginger.
They changed it. No, the other one.
Oh, Drew.
Okay. I keep wanting to call him Galloway because that's what he was going by in the Indies, right? But now he's back to McIntyre. Right?
Right. Wait. Drew Galloway, Drew McIntyre. Yeah,
he's back to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
I had a little brain fart there. But that's perfect. He was in WWE and his runs, goes out, TNA, whatever, WCPW, everywhere else, gets notoriety, comes back, and he's fucking beasting in NXT. Boy, you watched last week's NXT episode, god damn, that match. He squashed the guy, and he was bloody. That's how badass he is. He got his eye busted open, and he was the one who squashed the other guy.
He had a pretty decent run there at the end of TNA.
There you go.
A lot of people talk about that the only thing that kept TNA afloat was Matt Hardy, and that's true.
Yeah.
But if you look close enough, EC3 and Drew were they were gems. They were gems.
What I'm saying with Cody is let him get seasoned out there, getting the notoriety out there. He already has it. The little, the people who are like, into New Japan right now, they're on board with Cody,
Yeah.
Bring him back, have that feud, go at it. Have them always throw pepper in a little, Dad would have wanted this, Dad saw me better than you, Dad named me Stardust, you gave yourself Goldust, stuff like that,
Yeah.
Kind of just that's just fantasy booking in my head. We'll see. We'll save this episode for next year when I'm right.
All right. We kind of blew past this when we were talking about the stuff with Enzo. But I kind of want to hit on this.
Okay.
Elias Sampson, he had himself a debut match against Dean Ambrose, and he technically
won. He's undefeated on Raw. Right
He's undefeated on Raw. That is correct. Yeah, he technically won. What? Okay, cool.
What do you think about him? Because you know what I think. I told you before. I don't care about him because
tell the people what you think.
His character was stupid, in my opinion. In NXT, it was retarded. It's like, I'm a guy who plays guitar, and I kind of calls out the people he's gonna wrestle before the match, which he did again. But I was always checked out by the time he actually wrestled. So This was the first time I actually watched him wrestle. I thought he did a good job. I thought he looked solid. He has a good look to him, and he looks like Damian Sandow. Fuck, he looks just like him.
What?
Yeah, the beard, the hair, long hair.
It doesn't.
I'm just being racist, but I think they. I
think you're being racist.
I thought because especially when I saw.
It's not being racist.
Especially when I saw him and the Miz together, I'm like, hey, Mizdow. But
racist.
No, but yeah, it was good. He had a good, solid showing. Nothing too spectacular. Nothing to write home about particularly, but a solid first match. A win against Dean Ambrose. Yeah. That furthered the storyline with the Miz and Dean Ambrose, which is another nit I have to pick.
Okay,
the stipulation for their match at Extreme Rules is that there can't be a DQ because whoever gets DQ'd loses the belt. Right. Like if Ambrose gets DQ'd, he loses the belt.
Right.
At Extreme Rules, you can't break the rules. That's a very, actually, I could go backwards. That's a very extreme rule. Play on words there, but I don't like the fact that it's extreme rules. You're setting it as all of the night where anything goes, and you have to have them fucking have basically regular match with no kind of things going on. Are you gonna have the blind referee not seeing Marie's poke an eye or whatever? But like I don't know. I think it's a stupid stipulation for the match.
I think it's kind of a stupid stipulation too, and you got a point there where a night where WWE allows all kinds of crazy stuff to happen. The stipulation is, hey, you shouldn't let anything crazy happen. If not, title change. That's I kind of get it on that. We've had a few people here in the chat. I want to give a shout out here to Ascension, and then Seth. Both of you guys are familiar faces that I've seen before. So what's up? We got a new face in here that I've never seen before. Timothy. He asks this. Did any of you guys see Drew Galloway's run with WCPW? No, I have not. But you tend to watch what culture stuff.
I saw bits and pieces of it. I'm a huge What Culture fan.
Yeah.
That'll lead to another topic we got to talk about later.
Yes.
But I'm a big What Culture guy. I fucking love What Culture. And I saw them turn into WCPW.
Yeah.
And I've been just being a big fan. That being said,
he was watching that instead of watching Houston Wrestling Radio.
Correct. But that's what made me better at this. I came to shine greatness onto the show.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
All offense to Chris. What I was gonna say is, that being said, as much as I love What Culture, I kind of pay attention to the WCPW. Like I watch highlights of it like that, and I know that he had some good shit going on there, and so did Kurt Angle and Cody Rhodes and Alberto and everybody. I don't know anything particular about his run there, but I just know he put on some good shit there.
Okay,
that's what I know.
There you go. Thanks, Timothy.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions?
I'm just very glad that more people watch WCPW. Just What Culture in general. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah. All right. I feel like I kind of sidetracked myself here, but I'm just go back to our handy dandy notes. Finn and Heyman promo in the ring.
Bam.
Boom.
Segment of the week for me.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
I love the gold just as much as I went back to being a kid. Hey, that's cool. Nostalgia is awesome, but the future and the present is better. Yeah. So Balor, Heyman, even Balor fucked up on the mic and he made me swoon even more for him by doing that. That was so adorable. Yeah. I have a big fucking huge man crush on that son of a bitch, man. I don't even hate it. I'm a Finn Balor guy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
At ease.
Hey.
But no, dude. Yeah, I liked him on the mic. He's good. He is not. I think was it Chris? Somebody was saying that he's not good on the mic because of his accent. Fuck no, he's great on the mic because of his accent. He's something different.
Yeah.
And when Paul Heyman came down, that just became even better. The psychology that they were using with each other, just like the talking, everything. It made me want to see a Lesnar versus Balor feud. Mm-hmm. I don't want to necessarily see that match, but it made me want it. Like the idea of it is good.
I loved it and I hated it.
Okay.
And here's why. I loved it because I loved seeing the interaction between Finn and Heyman. I loved what Heyman had to say to Finn. I loved how Heyman ran down the rest of the people that's going to be in that 5-way and said, hey, he's already beat Roman. Yeah, Joe, whatever. He's just a hitman. Seth, we could take care of him. Ran through all of them. They said, but you, I like you. Uh-huh. You were able to chop down the tree of Roman Reigns. Let's see if you can chop down the tree of my beast. I'm intrigued by what would happen if you were to wrestle my guy. I'm cheering for you. I did not expect that coming at all. When he said that, I was like,
well, he's not going to win.
Well, that brings me to why I hated it.
Okay.
I hated it because let's say Finn does win the 5-way. Well, yeah, it was kind of predictable because, while the 4 guys are over there having tag team matches and Finn is the one actually talking to Heyman. But when Finn loses, what the fuck? What was the point of him talking to Heyman? I thought Heyman wanted him to fight Brock. So it kind of is in an awkward position. for me the way I'm gonna feel about who wins or loses this match. You know, like to me, it makes me feel like in that 5-way, Finn's the odd man out. Finn's the fifth wheel. And that means he either has to fucking win it. That was
clear in the main event that he's the odd man out. He wasn't even in the main event.
You're right.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I kind of like that about it because it's like the good version of what we want Sami Zayn to be, the underdog. Kind of like you root for him more. He's so good that he has the opposing manager rooting for him. Like
that's a good point.
I like that, man. And wherever they go with it, it's fine with me because even if let's say he doesn't win, that plants seeds for an eventual Lesnar feud with him. It doesn't even have to be in SummerSlam. It could be for Royal Rumble. It could be somewhere. It could be like what Chris said. You have that payoff of I never lost the belt at WrestleMania next year.
Yeah,
that'll put some fucking butts in seats right there.
Yeah.
As the when you imagine, look at that WrestleMania for the Universal title. Brock Lesnar comes out with his deal, whatever. Finn Balor comes out with a demon entrance at WrestleMania for the Universal title.
I can't wait to see the demon entrance at Mania or hell at any
Extreme Rules.
You know, I can't wait for that, man, dude. That's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it kind of it made me get into my own head trying to predict what's going to happen or not predict what's going to happen, and I just feel like that promo put me in an awkward position.
It made you think, though.
It did make me think. So I don't know. I loved it and I hated it.
Yeah, I can see where you're on both sides of it.
Yeah.
Other thing about it I want to add is Finn Balor used to be a good heel. Imagine if we get. Remember how we were talking about how. Heyman would probably turn on somebody. Imagine if he turns on Lesnar to line himself with Balor and like the club eventually. Imagine a club led by Paul Heyman with Finn Balor and Gallows and Anderson.
Well, I'm glad that you bring this up because right as you're bringing that up, Ascension in the chat says felt weird seeing Finn versus Anderson. I was like, what the fuck, the club. And I thought it was kind of weird too. I think that the commentators put it over enough where it was like, hey, you know, he's fighting the club. In fact, I think the referees did a better job of
announcers.
The announcers did a better job of like putting that over than
anybody else
they did in the ring themselves.
Yeah.
And I think it was really weird coming off of the last few days or whatever it was. When Finn sent out that tweet where it was him and Gallows Anderson doing the photo shoot together. It's like, come on, man, what's up? And you're not going to even address it?
Yeah.
And the match itself, it felt like Finn versus a jobber. You know, it didn't feel like Finn versus his old buddy. And like his old buddy, you know, either like I expected them either to do the respect thing and we're going to have a competitive match or, hey, Finn, I want to do a respect thing. And then Anderson and Gallows like, no, fuck that guy. We got to beat him.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't have either one of those. It felt like it was a ho-hum regular day at the office kind of match. And there wasn't a nod.
Okay.
And I needed a nod.
I'm kind of like, I'm not too much on the other side of that, but I am on the other side. I like the match. I like them together, working against each other. I like where that can go. We saw bits and pieces of that in that match that we're involved in a couple weeks ago. And it is kind of like a familiarity thing. That's kind of a weird word to say. To have them involved in kind of something together because it's kind of like a nod, to me at least, to like, hey, look, you know, these guys, it's kind of like a person who knows it, and they didn't really address it. It was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like I did with my wife. I was like, hey, look, they used to be a team that were fighting against each other.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the deal was to me.
Like you had to do that.
Yeah. They didn't have to say it.
That being said, I love that freaking fantasy booking you threw out there before where like Heyman will be the guy in charge of the club, the American Bullet Club, and somehow Brock gets thrown in there and it's Brock and Finn and the club and Heyman all together.
Or Brock out of it. Brock feuds with the club.
Wow. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down. I am down. All right. Let's see here. We got a match here with Matt Hardy versus Sheamus.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner of the match gets to pick a stipulation. Now the match itself I thought was decent.
Good, yeah.
I don't whatever.
Yeah.
I wasn't bored by it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But what I thought was weird after the match, Charlie or whichever one of the clones it was.
It was Charlie.
It was Charlie. Okay, or Dasha. Who knows? They're all the same. That's racist. Hey, what do you pick as the stipulation for your match? And Matt,
and broken
and almost broken-ish, badly bent. He wasn't broken.
Cracked.
He was badly bent.
Cracked.
Yeah, cracked. Said
no, bent's better.
Yeah, okay.
Bent.
Said that steel cage match.
Yeah.
Really? Steel cage?
That's what I thought at first. I was
Really?
like, do I really want to see those 40-year-old guys in the cage again? But then it's kind of like, hey, dude, that's their thing. That was always their yeah.
Cage matches?
Yeah, jumping off cages.
Jumping off stuff, but not cage matches. Their thing were ladder matches.
Yeah, but
they were the L in the TLC. Remember, Edge and Christian had the chairs, the Dudley Boys had the tables, and they had the ladders.
Yeah,
they were the ladder guys.
I don't know. Maybe we just saw a ladder match at NXT, and maybe they're thinking like, hey, it was a little too laddery. We got Money in the Bank coming up in this month.
Too laddery.
It's too laddery.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't
cagey.
know. I was thrown off by a cage. I was just thrown off by it.
What I liked was Sheamus's and Cesaro's reaction to it. They sold it well, like, fuck, damn, they're good at cages. Kind of like that deal. Whatever it is, they're forwarding that storyline, and I like it. And yeah, you're getting more and more broken Matt Hardy teases, you know?
Yeah. Which there is more news with the Z about that. On Twitter, Rebby going off at the mouth talking about.
What happened there? I skimmed through it, but I didn't really read.
Rebby is saying something about the Ed, whatever his name, guy that is in charge of Anthem was trying to finagle his way into keeping the stuff that he didn't really own, but like he said that he owned it to WWE, hoping that WWE would fork over the cash for the broken gimmick.
Yeah,
but he never really owned it, but he tried to pretend like he owned it, and that's why.
That's when they heard all the rumors of, maybe he's.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Rebby's still saying.
Rebby claims that the Hardys own all the broken stuff.
Yeah,
but this guy's saying no, we own it. No, Anthem and TNA owns it, and they're trying to get money out of WWE to pay for something that they technically don't own. That's what Rebby's claim is. That's where the lawsuit is. So
I just hope that doesn't drag on too long to where it gets pointless.
And she mentioned something about a gold scam with Jeff Jarrett, which I have no idea what that is. And I meant to Google it, but I forgot. So anybody in the chat has any idea what the hell she's talking about Jeff Jarrett's gold scam? Let us know, because I have no fucking clue.
No.
But whatever. Apparently, we're still taking baby steps closer and closer to at least Matt Hardy owning the broken gimmick.
Which is fine.
If he owns it, that's a whole other story as to whether or not WWE will actually do it justice, much less let him do it.
The fact that they're letting him play with it already tells me that they are. I think so.
Yeah, Ascension right in the chat says WWE don't want to use the broken gimmick
because it's not theirs.
Probably. Same thing with the Zack Ryder stuff. Whenever Zack Ryder got over with himself with the YouTube and the Internet Championship, they kind of half-assed used it. They brought it up, like, all right, we'll let you play with your stupid toy.
Yeah.
But,
but it's because
it didn't work.
Remember the first thing that comes to mind, I might be, misremembering things, but remember when, I'll say this word. You remember Lord Tensai?
Yes, I do.
You remember how he was, Prince Albert here, went off and became better out there?
Yeah.
Came back and they tried to feed off of that?
Yeah.
But then they gave him a stupid fucking thing?
Yeah. He went to Japan and he became Giant Bernard. Yeah. And he was just this big guy who just beat up everybody.
Nothing to do with samurai shit.
No.
Yeah.
Like, you made a big name for yourself in Japan, and you come back like...
I think the WWE learned their lesson with that. That's why I think they let AJ Styles be AJ Styles. After Japan, they
Possibly.
let Nakamura be Nakamura. Did go by that name, right? Nakamura.
Yeah, Nakamura. That's his legal name.
No, I know. I just like the trend started like 2 years ago where they just started actually letting people use their name. Before that, we got the Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, Tyler Black, Seth Rollins deal where we had to change your name.
Yeah.
But now they're letting people come into the WWE as what they're known by because
there's already a name value.
Exactly.
There. Yeah.
You don't have to rebuild shit. You just have to go off what rumors and stuff like that.
And I mean, dude, if WWE needs proof that the broken stuff is over, listen to your fucking crowd, man. You've not once done any official acknowledgement or had Matt do anything like 100% official to say, hey, look, I'm still broken and I still have this character. And you still have entire arenas of people doing the delete stuff, chanting delete, bringing signs.
Brother Nero saying Brother Nero.
Yeah, doing Brother Nero chants, all this and that, when none of it was actually mentioned on WWE TV ever. Even
now they don't mention it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that could be because of the ownership and stuff like that. That could be once they get the okay, go, bam, go. Which is, I hope they don't let that play out for too long. We'll get a situation like whenever the WCW guys decided to sit out their contracts rather than come directly to WWF.
Yeah.
And back in the day and just ruin the whole invasion angle.
Yeah.
So I hope legal matters don't ruin this for us, because this would be a good thing. I mean, honestly, to me, even if they never did the broken thing and they just came back from Mania, that was enough for me to WWE know that, hey, fuck, they're relevant. Let's capitalize on them.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
All right. There's two last things that I think we
I looked
should.
at the Jeff Jarrett thing if you're interested.
You looked up the Jeff Jarrett thing?
What is it?
Okay, what is it?
So, you know how there's people who are against fiat currency?
Okay.
So, like, don't use dollar bills and coins, use gold.
Because it's not backed by real gold money.
Backed by real gold. So he's with this sort of multi-level marketing, pyramid, Ponzi scheme type people that he's working with to use Global Force. He's branded it with Global Force, so it's his own thing as part of that pyramid scheme to sell gold bars.
He's using Global Force Wrestling to sell gold bars.
Yeah, he's using that Global Force brand.
He's using GWF or GFW as a brand.
This carrot bars, which is the gold bars from this other pyramid scheme.
What?
We've already put too much time into this.
Okay, that sounds dumb.
Thanks,
whatever.
Randy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow.
Retarded.
All right. Anyway, so there's two things left. One thing we've kind of already touched on it and danced around a few times. The main event scene, the Fatal 5-Way that's coming up at Extreme Rules. Whoever wins this Fatal 5-Way moves on to face Brock Lesnar at Great Balls in the Big D. All right. Do we have any other thoughts, anything other on that we just haven't already touched on today?
Nah, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. I have another nitpick in it with Raw is the fact that after it was over, we got a solid ending to the match. I loved the choke out. I loved the match in general. People were chanting for Shield. That was cool.
Yeah,
everyone looked good. As we said last week, I don't hate Roman Reigns anymore for some reason. I'm okay with him.
Okay.
I didn't, like I always do every time he comes out, I just go whenever I see him. I didn't do that.
Did you eat some beans before that?
I was like, all right, whatever. But after the match was over, you see Finn Balor looking into, screen, whatever, and then like, oh, you ready? Like, you see, blah, blah, blah. Kurt was like, well, next week I'm going to have you against, one of the guys in the match. No, I'm going to have you against two of the guys in the match as it's going to be a, whatever, triple threat match. And then we're going to have the other two guys face each other. It's kind of like, dude, come on. You're going to give us more matches with them in it. So by the time the Fatal 5-Way rolls around, it's like, dude, we've been watching them wrestle
sick of
each
it
other.
already.
Yeah, we've been watching them wrestle each other.
You have the Charlotte versus Sasha syndrome again. Yeah, I really don't like that kind of book.
It just sucks because SmackDown's starting to suffer from that too now.
Well, I wouldn't say starting. I mean, WWE has had that ailment for years. Yeah. That's a booking formula that they overuse, where it's like, oh, multi-man matches or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's put them on tag team match against each other. Yeah. Or oh, these guys are going to be in tag team match against each other on pay-per-view. All right, throw them all in a Fatal 4-Way or something. It's like it's dumb. Yeah. But I like the fact that Finn was kind of put out and that Finn went up to Kurt and was like, hey, you gonna let me in on the fun?
Yeah.
I kind of like that because that kind of shows that Finn is like the opposite of the WWE cowardly heel. He's the want to go get it babyface. Yeah. And
but he has that just the right amount of heelness still left in him, because he's not saying like take your vitamins and say your prayers. He's saying, whatever.
He's just a badass.
Yeah. the whole Batter Club thing. It's funny to me, like, but he's still kind of a dick in a way. Kind of make he's like that cool guy in high school that you think is a dick, but then you meet him, he's kind of cool. He's pretty cool. You know what I mean? So better said, the popular guy in school that looks like a total dick, probably a douche.
It's like, oh, you're popular, you must be terrible.
Yeah,
but then you meet him,
he's fucking cool. He likes wrestling.
There's a reason why you're popular.
Yeah.
Ascension in the chat says Bray or Finn have to win it. Bray or Finn?
Bray. I've been saying Bray should win it.
I would really, 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 really like Finn to win it because I really would like to see Finn versus Brock, especially after the thing with Heyman. Yeah. Again, that goes back to the thing with Heyman. I'm gonna be a little disappointed when Finn does win it. I'm gonna be a little disappointed when Finn doesn't win it because of the interaction with Heyman. Yeah. But I guess that's just me. Maybe I'm the only one that feels that way.
But logically, we all know Reigns is gonna win it. Yeah, it gets to the point where, again, you don't want to hate Roman, but they're making you hate him.
I said this last week. I am not gonna hate on Roman. Yeah. I'm not gonna let that negativity be in my life. If Roman wins it, okay, great. Cool. Roman won it. All right, fine. Roman versus Brock in Dallas. They get great balls of fire.
Fuck Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let's. If it's a good match, it'll probably be a good match. You know why? Because they can both. They're both good.
Anybody else wins that match, you don't have to convince yourself. Any singular person wins that match to face Brock Lesnar, and you're like, all right, cool, yeah, that's tight. Because even at Seth Rollins, who we've seen, they had a good match at the Rumble 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Joe Lesnar, oh man. And
Chris will be creaming his pants.
Yeah, then Balor and Lesnar. I want to see that, but at Mania, I don't want to see it yet. But if we hear true that it's going to be somehow again Roman versus Brock at Mania again, you know that's not going to happen at Mania. And if you do get Balor to win this, and he's going to lose against in Dallas, or there's going to be some chicanery going on, shenanigans, and then there's going to be a match at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
which is I'm okay. Damn, I'd be kind of okay with Finn Balor winning at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Last thing from Raw. Is there anything, and this is going to be our transition out of Raw, is there anything that happened with the cruiserweights that you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. We're done with Raw.
No, it's kind of a yes and no. Because it's a no, because I don't like the fact that it's like, it feels like, oh fuck, we have to throw these guys on the show. You're not really a part of it because if they just leave the red ropes, I'm fine with it. The purple ropes are really bothering me when it comes to the cruiserweights on Raw. Yeah, because it's telling you, hey, this isn't really part of Raw. This is has to do with 205. But this is a little neat thing we did here.
All right. Well, there's something that I want to bring up. Okay, we're gonna get Aries versus Neville in a submission match at Extreme Rules for the cruiserweight. Dude, I am down.
Yeah,
I am down.
I said it after Mania. I could watch them fight on the card of every single pay-per-view until Mania again.
Yeah,
I can watch them.
And I really like the submission stipulation, man. It's been a while since I remember seeing a submission match where I'm like, fuck yeah.
And they both have tight-ass submissions.
They do.
There's the Rings of Saturn thing, and then
the Last Chancery.
The Last Chancery, which I fucking love saying that. I say that often, like randomly, Last Chancery. It's just such a fun thing to say. That's stupid, but I love saying Last Chancery. I giggle.
You're like Red's dad on that 70s show when he got high and started talking about hip has a pop at the end. Hip.
Yeah, that's me.
But okay, yeah, dude.
Before we end Raw, I just want to say we didn't talk about the women's division because we chose not to because they didn't further the storyline at all. Right. They kind of just reminded us there's going to be a kendo stick on a pole match or whatever. I just wanted to say that they didn't provide anything, and the Sasha Alicia stuff sucks.
Yeah,
it's not good. It sucks.
It's not good yet. Yeah. I can see how it could be good eventually.
I don't see that because they already ran their thing. They were supposed to have their Finite match to end it, and then they ended it, and then they attacked her. Why?
I don't know.
I don't like it. I hope they move on to it. to something else soon.
And I could probably save this for the SmackDown talk, but this is, and you know what, we'll revisit this in the SmackDown talk. I just want to throw this out here for now. I am the most disappointed I've been with the women's division, both Raw and SmackDown, that I've been in a long time. And that sucks because I am very excited for Alexa Bliss being champ. And I'm also very fucking excited for Naomi to be champ. I'm excited for both of the champions, but I'm not excited for both of the divisions.
You know why? It's kind of what I said about Goldust. With Alexa Bliss, you're happy she's a champion. She's going to be a great champion. She needs to get Bayley out of the way. They need it, like, okay, whatever.
That's coming from a Bayley mark.
Coming from a Bayley mark. I fucking love Bayley. But Bayley needs to go do something else. They need to have Alexa. Put Sasha against her. Put somebody against her. Bring somebody back. Do something. Alexa versus somebody else in the main card, in a main event for whatever. Have that, because that'll be good. With SmackDown, get all this fucking team bad shit going on. Get it away. Get the 3-on-3 shit done, which they kind of started doing already on SmackDown. This transition.
Right. Well, I tried to transition to 205.
No,
You son of a bitch.
I got 205.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
If we did not have Takeover.
Yeah.
All right. My match of the week pick would have been Akira Tozawa versus the Brian Kendrick.
Okay.
No holds barred, or what was it? No DQ or whatever.
Street fight.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're all the same fucking match.
It's literally the same match.
But from 205, that match was great. It was amazing.
It was a good payoff to a feud. It was a no bullshit. Oh, maybe it's not over. No, it's over.
Yeah. And dude, I love the character that D. Brian Kendrick has, where he's this crafty vet who comes up with stupid, crazy, clever shit to do. When he got the fucking purple rope for the stupid purple tape that you complain about, you know, he got that and taped him around the corner there. He taped it around his mouth when he put him in the captain's hook. Yeah. When he was in the captain's hook and he started climbing up the ropes, and Corey had to make a point. Hey, there's no submission. There's no DQ. He's just using that for leverage. Yeah. I was like, oh, that was great. And then they put him in the captain's hook again, and he tried to go back to the well again and try to climb up, but it didn't work that time. God, that was amazing. Yeah. And that jump that Tozawa did from the top of the turnbuckle where Brian Kendrick was on the table, dude, that was crazy. And because with high flying stuff, normally it's, oh man, look at how graceful it was. Look at all the flips and rotations and all this and that. No, this dude just jumped as high as he could and fell down like a sack of potatoes. He
literally just goes, wee.
Yeah, and then just fell straight down. It looks impactful.
He did it beautifully on Raw. Who did he fight on Raw?
Nice. Yeah, so
and he just slammed, blah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put as much fucking impact I can and just like drop like a brick out from thin air.
Yeah,
and dude, it just looked brutal.
If I'm not mistaken, I used to use that move on like WWF Attitude, the game, as a creator. Whenever you would create a character, you'd have like a top rope finisher.
Yeah,
and it was the senton bomb. Before Jeff Hardy came out with the swanton bomb, it was a flip.
Yeah.
That was just a senton bomb.
Yeah.
But goddamn, I've always loved
it. He just did it very well. And I don't know what it was about
the way he did it. Is just like, it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's very rare that I say about a top rope move that it looked brutal. Yeah. Most of the time I say, oh wow, that looked pretty. Yeah. Or that looked athletic.
On 205.
Brutal.
Goddamn, I always forget his name. Can you handle it?
Oh, Rich Swann.
Rich Swann did that fucking corkscrew shit again.
Yeah.
His finish. Oh, goddamn. I love when he does that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's
you know what? Okay, while we're gushing over top rope moves, another thing about the UK match, I want to go back to that, is most of the time, see, we have two examples of two different ways that top rope moves are deviated this week. Yeah. The one with Tozawa where he made it look brutal. Then the one with Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate. Most of the time, what people do, they get up to the top rope, they're kind of squatting down, then they stand up, get their balance, and then execute the move. That's not what Tyler Bate did. Tyler Bate was outside, ran up the apron, ran up the turnbuckle, and then like so quick. If you would have blinked, you would have missed it.
Yeah,
he did not climb up, look around, get the crowd to go, oh, he's about to do something crazy, and then get his balance and then execute the move.
Yeah.
He did not. He just like, fuck it, I can do this.
Yeah.
Whoa, wait, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
So there's two examples of top rope deviation there. One is super speedy and super like effective just for being fast, and the other one just being like ugly.
Yeah, I want to give a little nod if we're talking about top rope. BackaLsh. I know we're not talking about BackaLsh right now specifically. The turnbuckle move that Kevin Owens and AJ did when he fucking got him, that just looked nasty. That just
nasty.
Like, nasty. Yeah, I was gonna say sick, and I said nasty. So I said nasty.
Sick and nasty together.
Yeah,
nasty.
Yeah, a lot of good uses.
Trademark that. Put that shit on a shirt.
HWR. It's nasty.
Nasty.
Yeah, just
nasty woman.
Yeah, it just. It was a good week for turnbuckles.
It was a good week for top rope moves.
Yeah.
Okay, so
let's get into SmackDown.
There you go. Let's go into SmackDown. All right, I want to talk about the opener because the opener, while maybe it would feel the same way with Raw when you were describing how you didn't like the opening for Raw. I feel like even though you had the same outcome where you had everybody in the ring and then you had a match, I felt like I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
You know, and here's why. Shane, as the general manager, went out there as the face general manager, glad-handed all the kids and high fives, whatever, gets in the ring. No bullshit. Straight off the top. Jinder is giving Randy Orton a rematch in 4 weeks at the next pay-per-view because rematch clause. Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's Money in the Bank. Oh, by the way, here they're guys competing.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. No bullshit.
Qualifying.
No qualifying.
Nothing.
No, I don't know. No this and that. No. It's as if he was a competent general manager. It was like he was on top of his shit. Okay, we got this thing coming up. We have this event coming up. Let's plan for it now. Boom.
But they're going to still fall into the same trap as Raw. You have 4 weeks to do that. Next week, you're going to get Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles. You're going to get Kevin Owens versus fucking Dolph Ziggler against Nakamura and Sami Zayn. You know, you're gonna get a fucking crisscross of those guys for the next month. Which is ideally, maybe they're going to pull off what they're not doing on Raw. Which is what SmackDown does.
But that's not what I was complimenting because I agree with you there.
I'm shit talking it.
Yeah, no, I agree that the outcome is the same, and the outcome is that you're going to have these same 5 guys, which, 6 guys, all having matches the weeks leading up to the same way on Raw. You're having the same thing, but I just like the fact that Shane looked like he was competent in being a manager.
I think it's the same style of what Raw is doing. It's all in the execution. They just did it better.
Yes.
Like you and I can get guitars and play the exact same riff, but I'll sound better at it because I know how to play the guitar. Unless you all of a sudden randomly know how to play the guitar. It's the same shit. 2 different people doing the same thing.
Hey, we're talking about Guitar Hero? Hey, you need to slow your
I suck at Guitar Hero.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Yeah, it's two of the same people doing the exact same thing, but one of them just works for somebody. Yeah, and it just works on this end for SmackDown.
Yeah.
I want to.
Okay, go ahead.
Kevin Owens just marching down and saying, "Hey, I'm in the match." No, you're not. Hey, but he lost his match. I beat him. Shane's like, all right, you're in.
And that was another thing that I liked about that opening thing because he pretty much said, you have a point.
It's as if he wasn't a competent manager.
Yeah.
Oh, like, no. You're right.
It's like, yeah, you're right. Okay, fine. But any other general manager, if they were a heel, they would have been like, fuck off.
Or make them earn it.
Yeah, if it was or if it was like a uberly babyface guy, like it would been like, no, you gotta fight somebody else. You gotta fight Sami Zayn or whatever. Yeah, like I feel that Shane was being
right down the middle.
Neutral.
Yeah, right down the middle.
Neutral about it.
Because Debra is the face.
Yes. And that carried over to Talking Smack. He's been neutral about stuff. This week and the weeks before, like he tries to stay middle of the road, like you're a heel and you say you deserve a shot. Okay, fine. That's what he did with Charlotte. Charlotte said, hey, can I have a shot? It's a land of opportunity. You think you could do it? All right, put on your big boy britches and do it.
Yeah.
Or big girl britches in Charlotte's sense. But he came out, he made an argument, said, okay.
Yeah.
So I liked that. I like the reasoning behind it.
Okay.
So all right. While that is the opening segment of Raw, it wasn't, or excuse me, SmackDown, it wasn't technically the opening. The very, very, very first thing that we saw from SmackDown was a bunch of police cars, or police motorcycles, and then a limo pull up, and the Singh brothers come out, and they have a rug, and they walk to the other limo and throw down the rug, just like on BackaLsh, throw down a rug, dust it off, take it off, whatever, and then, out comes Jinder Mahal, and he's on. I fucking love that. So I don't know why. I just did. I think it was a nice little extra touch that, like, the Singh brothers are, like, not only are they, like, his buddies, but they're kind of his servants, almost. But, like, I don't know. I kind of dug it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the Davaris to his Muhammad Hassan. But they don't talk for him. He talks himself.
There you go.
So it's better. This is what I told you. I mentioned this to you a little while back. Is they're finally actually pulling off the Muhammad Hassan character properly. But I guess they weren't not pulling it off properly before. It just shit happened where the terror attack, ironically, the terror attack in London. This fucking week we get one.
I think you're slightly wrong. Okay, and here's why. This isn't the Muhammad Hassan gimmick. The Muhammad Hassan gimmick was
you boo me because I'm different.
No,
really.
The Muhammad Hassan gimmick was that you are Americans and you suck. And the reason why it got so controversial is because he was sympathizing with terrorists and all this and that. That's not what Jinder's doing.
No.
Jinder is saying, why you gotta be racist?
Yeah.
That's all Jinder's saying. He's saying that you boo me because I'm different than you. Well, you know what? I'm going to take a title and I'm going to take it with me back to India. Muhammad Hassan was not India. I believe he was Pakistan.
Whatever it was.
I don't know. But it was more Mid-East instead of India.
Yeah.
And it was more of like, terrorism stuff.
They had the India flag on that limo.
Yeah, exactly. He's from India, and he says, "Look, I'm Indian. I'm the Maharaja.
Yeah.
I am,
not a Muslim.
He hasn't said anything about Muslim. There's a lot of Muslims in India, but there's also a lot of Hindu people in India too. Yeah. So you don't know. Like he's not doing it for terrorism and all that and jihad and all that shit. He's not like let's go terrorists." Which that is how Muhammad Hassan was.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm digging it. People are booing him.
Yeah.
You know what he is right now? And you know what? Fuck it. Let's talk about Jinder Mahal. You know what he is right now? He's this guy. He's getting booed in the States, but cheered in his home country because he's a foreigner. In the States, he gets booed because he's not from the States. But he didn't do anything wrong. Back in his home country, he's getting cheered. Did you hear the Indian announce team? It was floating around the interwebs. Did you hear the Indian announce team losing their collective shit when they won? Like, India number one. Oh, my God. They were joyful.
Yeah.
They were happy. Same way, like Brett.
My thing with it is you keep making these heel foreigners that are like, why don't you like me? Because I'm different. Why blah, 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 blah. And us, the Americans, the WWE, but taking it against America, whatever. Let's just call it what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You always get, because right now it's Randy Orton, but if not Randy Orton, after Randy Orton, it's going to be somebody else, maybe AJ. Somebody, you're going to have a guy, he always has to be white too, but he has to say, No, we don't. We're not booing you because you're different. We're booing you because you're a jerk. It's the same format, but
it's gonna happen.
But at the end of the day, you're still technically booing him because he's a fucking foreigner.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's the usual America versus fucking foreigners.
Yeah.
And it's just like
why
can't we
look at the celebration thing that they did?
By the way, that I saw on, I'll fucking say it. I saw it on What Culture. They said they looked it up. That was a very, very accurate Punjabi celebration.
Okay.
From the fucking drums to the songs to everything about that was like perfect. Like
really
dead on like how they celebrate over there.
Oh,
that's badass. That's cool.
And it's cool. And I bet you there's a bunch of people over in India watching that, marking the fuck out, thinking that was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, but people in the arena, wherever they were, where were they last night? I don't know, wherever they were. Ohio? Is that where it was? They were booing the shit out of it.
America.
Like, oh, boo, get your... Like, they didn't do anything bad. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't say you suck. They didn't say, oh, fuck America, here, you need to watch this. They're like, hey, our guy won, and we're going to celebrate the way we celebrate.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
America.
Like, I don't know, man. I'm digging this because I feel like WWE is trolling the American fans a little bit. I'm kind of digging it because of that, but yeah, you know, I'm happy that Jinder won.
Oh, and I'm ecstatic that he won.
Are you?
I love change. I love different things, dude. And it's just I basically said the same thing twice. But yeah, I love the fact that dude, Jinder Mahal's the fucking champion right now.
Yeah, like,
and Randy Orton isn't.
Yeah, I see that there's a lot of people that are hating on it because they're like,
they're racists.
Well, no, I mean, why is Jinder winning this? Because just 2 months ago,
the guy on Facebook, it was kind of
well, it's not just that one guy. There's plenty of other people they're saying that. Why is he winning this when you know he's just jobbing out? You know, a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago.
Because I said this last week. Look what he did. He turned his life around. He fucking got in shape. He got everything fucking serious, and became what Vince McMahon wants the fucking champion to look like Tim Brown.
Brown.
Yeah. Let's call it what it is here. He became exactly what Vince McMahon wants: a ripped motherfucker, athletic, tall, ready to go, charismatic. Brown guy.
And a guy who has been in your company for a long time.
For years.
Who has also shown that he can do whatever you tell him to do.
Yes.
He did the 3MB gimmick and it was fucking stupid.
The initial that he came back in doing it was
fucking stupid. He was a jobber forever. Yeah. Like he did a lot of stuff. Like he really did a lot of stupid shit for a long time. Wasn't he teamed up with the Great Khali for a while, and like he was his brother or some shit like that.
That sounds racist, so yeah.
Yeah, like he paid his dues.
Oh yeah.
But what I want to say about this is that everybody started out this way. Everybody had to, almost everybody. I mean, there's exceptions where people just come in and all of a sudden they're no, not even Roman, because Roman paid his dues with the Shield. Nakamura would be the exception. He showed up and boom, he's already on the main stage. Okay, but look at The Rock. Rocky Maivia was terrible. Then Rocky died. Then The Rock in the Nation. Then he had to break out of the Nation, and then he finally became. Yeah, then he was corporate. Then he finally became The Rock. Look at Stone Cold. He was a ringmaster. Shitty ringmaster. Then he kind of ditched the ringmaster gimmick and he was kind of floundering around. They didn't really know what to do with them. Then they started giving him some more stuff. Then he was King of the Ring. Then he became Stone Cold. But he wasn't the bionic redneck when he first did the Austin 316. Even then it took him a few years.
Yeah.
You know, look at Brett. Again, going back to Brett. Brett was just a tag team guy who they were jobbing to the Rockers.
Yeah.
The Hart Foundation was jobbing to the Rockers. Then they beat the Rockers. Then they moved on to where, you know, Jim will do his thing. And then, you know, he did his thing. Won Intercontinental Championship. Then went on to win the World Championship. There's progression there, man. And
we're talking early. We're talking what, WrestleMania 2 that he was in?
He was in. Yeah.
Was it 1 or 2?
He was in 2.
Yeah.
He was in 2.
He paid his fucking dues.
He paid his dues. And Yeah, sure. You could see point by point progression where it's like gradual. And sure, with Jinder Mahal, it wasn't like gradual. It was like, okay, kind of mid-card, kind of jobbing, boom, world title. Okay, but dude, I'm still cool with it because it's different, man.
Yeah.
It's somebody new.
Yeah. It's what we always ask for.
We as IWC always whine and bitch and complain. Why is it always the same guy? Why don't you ever surprise me? Why don't you ever just build a new guy? Yeah. And that's what they just did. They built a new guy that we did not see coming.
And he's different.
He's different.
I love it, man. I fucking love it.
Hollywood Blondes with Pillman. Thank you, Ascension. Yeah, I brought that up with the fucking But that was technically WCW. But still, Stone Cold like had a long road.
Yeah, man. I'm all for it, and I'm okay with it. I say it sucks that it was at Bray's expense, but fuck it. But
they are on different brands.
Exactly.
You could do something.
Bray can make himself good over there.
Yeah.
Another Arnold fantasy booking.
Oh no! Here we go.
Somebody who was supposed to come back last week but didn't. Who said he was going to come back last week on the internet but didn't. Didn't come back this week either. His former tag team partner, Rusev. He should come back as a face because it's Handsome Rusev. Everyone started to love Handsome Rusev before he got hurt. Yeah. Dude, imagine them feuding together. Dude, imagine a world where you're having Jinder Mahal versus Rusev for the world title, man. For the world title, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I'd like that.
Yeah, that's why I love SmackDown, man.
Yeah. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the last thing I'm really going to say about Jinder, and I get it that this is self-serving, and I get it that not everybody has had the opportunity to see this. But everybody that I know, since he lived in Houston, I think he still lives in Houston right now. Everybody that I know that's in the indie wrestling scene here that's interacted with Jinder and talked to Jinder himself, and I've even seen it online from like other places where other indie people have seen and talked to Jinder, and I can attest to this. He is the best dude. He is so nice. He plays that heel gimmick and he's snarling the entire time and he just looks like an asshole. But that is all an act. Like, dude, he is the nicest guy. He was always very professional. He was very willing to help out all the other people in the bullshit ass VFW where we were in, where we were just putting on matches that are in front of like 30, 40 people, you know, like, come on. But he was taking time to tell the guys, hey, you need to fix this. Hey, you need to, but not being an asshole about it, but like, hey, man, this will work if you did this way. Hey, dude, he did that with me, and I was a bullshit ass ring announcer for like 2 times, and that's it. You know, I mean, dude, he was nice. He's a nice guy.
That's hard work pays off, dude. I'm telling you. This is what, 2 years ago?
A year and a half, something like that.
Whatever. I would say 2 years. He was wrestling in front of 30 people at a VFW.
Yeah.
You were the ring announcer.
I was the ring announcer.
Good luck, man.
Oh, thank you.
This is all Abel's idea.
Yeah, there you go.
Abel's fault.
Any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about something a little bit more, at least I think, universally liked. And I'm probably wrong on this because I think Travis and Chris shit all over this. Let's talk about the Fashion Police.
They shit all over this?
They shit. Well, Travis did. Chris didn't actually watch the tag team match from Backlash.
Yeah.
I thoroughly.
Chris didn't watch the tag team match from Backlash?
No, he said he was driving at the time, so he missed that particular match.
That was probably my favorite match of the
Travis
night.
didn't like it. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
That's
match.
why we were those Tecnicos. We're the good guys.
We're the good guys.
Yeah, because that match at Backlash,
POP, hold it down.
That match at Backlash was the funnest shit I've seen in so long.
Fun.
The fucking Tyler Breeze coming out with the he's still doing the fucking mopping thing.
Yep.
And then the splash
he's
where
still undercover.
Where he was gonna do the slicker slash and they just kept rolling to the other side of the ring, and he would walk over and then he would just roll back to this, and he did that for so long. And then
Fandango selling that, being like roll. You know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of the clip of Triple H and HBK, where HBK is outside being the tag team partner, and Triple H got like a jawbreaker or something, or a kick or something like that, and he just kept, pretending like he was going to fall for like 30 minutes, and Shawn Michaels is like, he's like, come on, That's exactly what Fandango was doing when he was trying to get him to roll from one corner to the other to avoid the splash by the Uso.
Yeah. The difference was that was a dark main event match for Raw in 2007.
And this was a
pay-per-view match. And it was even better. It was even better. He was everything about the fashion place is so fucking cool. And like I said the week before, they're good in the ring. Tyler Breeze is really fucking good. He's quick. He's athletic. Fandango, he impressed the shit out of me. Mm-hmm. His moves, I like the move when he did it back in the day, that flying leg drop. Oh, he's perfect. And yeah, everyone does the fucking Falcon Arrow, and Michael Cole still thinks it's a Michinoku driver, but he pulls off a Falcon Arrow very well, and I like the Falcon Arrow, and it's good. I was okay with the Usos winning because I thought, okay, cool, build them. They don't need the belts.
I think I even said this last week.
You said that. You proved me wrong because I said they should have won. Mm-hmm. Well, SmackDown came along. In the segment where they were returning their stuff and the badges,
we don't deserve these badges.
Like, you're not actually cops, right? My dad tells me the same thing. I'm starting to think he's right.
That was a perfect follow-up.
And the water guns.
Like, I had to turn in my guns. And they were like, well, hold on, we have more.
That was, and I love that the guns played a role in the
match itself.
Okay, they both get wins. They both get whatever.
They both get singles wins. Yeah. Fluky kind of wins.
There was 3 roll-up wins on SmackDown.
There was 3 roll-up wins on SmackDown. But I really, really liked the way they finagled their way into like, hey, well, we just beat you in singles matches, so give us a shot at the title. And the Usos were like, oh, fuck no. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
And something happened there that I've never seen before, which is the ref, instead of going, okay, fine, I'll allow it, he was like, hold on, let me run to the timekeeper table, put on a
NFL style
NFL review, play under review style. Apparently he was talking to Shane in the back, like, hey, is this okay, man?
Yeah.
Can I do this? And like, apparently, I kind of like that.
That was cool. I like that. I love the match again. That on SmackDown. I love the ending of the match. That was a really badass. The leg drop and the splash. That was badass. The Usos won. That's the only part that I don't like.
That the Usos won it?
Because that would have been the perfect time to give them the belts.
I think I would.
I was disappointed. I'm still gonna tune in. They're probably my favorite part of SmackDown right now.
The Fashion Files.
God damn, I can't get enough of it. And it sucks that they don't have the belts, but that's okay because they'll get them at Money in the Bank. Or they'll get them at SummerSlam, whatever.
If this feud continues, I'd like it. Although I have a hard time right now, the way the booking goes, it's justifying them.
Sasha, they win on SmackDown. They win on the pay-per-view.
Not even that. I mean, they're
both on SmackDown.
Let me say what I'm going to say. I have a hard time, or at least I see them having a hard time justifying giving them another match because they've lost twice in a row clean. Like, there's no precedent as to why they would be given another match.
That's why I'm disappointed.
Especially with what happened on Talking Smack. Did you watch Talking Smack?
Never do. What happened?
Okay. New Day show up.
Oh.
Yeah. New Day just showed up, and they...
All three?
All 3 of them. And they all put their foot right up on the table, showing off their J's and showing off the broken ankle that ain't broken no more. And they were just going back and forth with Renee and Shane McMahon and just joking around, being the New Day. But when they finally calmed down, they did say, "Yeah, man, the tag team division is kind of popping."
Yeah.
And the Usos, they've been there, and we're kind of surprised by the fashion release by Breezango. They even said that they're like, "Oh man, they're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good." But there's a reason why we came to SmackDown. Well, I'm like, oh. Now, if that means that Breezango gets thrown on the back burner because New Day just shows up, I'll be a little disappointed. But if this means instead that we're going to have New Day and Breezango number 1 contenders or something like that, number 1 contender matches, or like you just threw up the three-way, that's good. They even mentioned, hey, people, I think it was Xavier or was it Big E? One of them one of them said, "Hey, people are sleeping on American Alphas."
I was about to say, hey, remember the Alphas?
Yeah,
when they were a thing.
They even said that. They're like, they've been sleeping on the Alphas. The Alphas are very talented.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're at, but they're talented. Okay. The New Day showing back up.
A 4-corner tag team match. That doesn't sound bad at all.
I'd be okay with that, man.
Doesn't sound bad at all.
If somehow this keeps the Fashion Police doing what they do, and if we could get the Fashion Police and the New Day interacting, can you imagine how many Fashion Police tickets are going to be written over the New Day wearing their stupid shit that they always wear? Dude, that's going to be comedic gold.
Because they have, for what Breezango is, they're technically kind of the faces right now because people like them. But they have no mercy. They talk shit about the Nakamura fucking poster was his no style. They don't give a fuck. They're not bad or good. They care about the law, the fashion law.
The law has no mistress. All right. We kind of talked about this before when we were talking about the women's divisions. So let's get to the women's division here on SmackDown.
I guess.
Dude, I'm so excited for Naomi being champ.
But WWE's not.
WWE's not, and apparently they're having a 5-way. What the hell is it with 5 all of a sudden? We're having a 5-way on Raw for number one contender. It was going to be 5 people for the Money in the Bank, and we're also having this 5-way between the girls on.
Yeah.
I really hope that this is the end of the welcoming committee. I really hope that this is the end of the clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I think it is, because did the welcoming committee just break up? It seems like they just broke up.
It looked like it.
You know, what else?
Because what else were here? I see you hitting on me.
But giving me those googly eyes to Tamina. It's like, I don't think Tamina was giving you googly eyes. But wouldn't lie. I'd make that happen with Tamina. I wouldn't lie.
With the Fatal 5-Way.
Randy's giving me a look.
I just don't want Charlotte to win it because I like Charlotte, but let somebody else shine. Okay. I'm okay with Becky or Carmella winning. I'm really okay with Carmella winning because she's gotten 2 pins over Naomi in the past couple weeks, and she's looking better in the ring.
I'm okay with Carmella winning the number 1 contendership or whatever, and then going on and fighting Naomi 1-on-1.
Yeah. That's what I
meant. That's what I'm okay with. Yeah. I'm not okay with her beating Naomi for the belt.
No.
I think Naomi is a stronger wrestler, stronger.
If anyone's gonna beat Naomi, it'll be, to me, I hope it's Becky or Natty.
I can see Charlotte doing it though. Yeah. I can see that happening.
Yeah,
that's the whole storyline around this. The whole reason why the welcoming committee is a thing is because Charlotte almost won.
Yeah,
you know. So
I hope because it's SmackDown that it's something different, which already is Naomi as champion, which is cool.
Okay.
So I hope they continue the fact of the something different trend that SmackDown started and keep doing something different.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about Nakamura.
Okay. I think that might be the last thing we have for SmackDown.
Probably.
I need to check this, but yeah, I think that. Go ahead. Have at it.
Nakamura is the shit. Man.
Thanks for that in-depth analysis over here. Well, I'm going through the notes trying to make sure that we're like thorough. And he's like, "He's the shit."
What we've been talking about for the past month. Fuck! I hope they don't blow their load. I hope they don't. I hope he comes out and it's like, oh, whatever. I don't care about him anymore. He's Sophia in the woods. And then the match came out. Him and Dolph Ziggler put on a badass match at BackaLsh, which you have to say that the Kinshasa. By the way, Tom Phillips does it very well.
Yeah,
he does it very well. Just up here with Corey.
Yeah,
with the Kinshasa, he does it very, very well. That match that he was in this week, everyone looked good in that match.
It was a tag team match.
Yeah, everyone looked good. Nakamura looked like $1 million.
And I tell you what, though. Again, this kind of goes back to the who's seen what kind of thing. The fact that you had AJ and Nakamura on the same team, and the fact that you had AJ in a backstage segment with Nakamura saying, "Your house, I'm going to turn into my playground." Playground. Dude, I am so excited because I know what these two could do in the ring. Their match at Wrestle Kingdom was a match of the year contender for a reason.
Yeah.
That match was fucking amazing. That match probably got both of them jobs at WWE.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're on that card, a reason why we like, dude, that match is badass.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I could say there. But them teasing that this is what this could lead to.
Mm-hmm.
That eventually we could have one of them being
champion and the other one challenger.
Champion, challenger, one of them champ, one of them Money in the Bank holder, or something like that. Dude, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already there with that, man.
Yeah. Nothing but good can come from this. I kind of want to just jump forward to Money in the Bank a little bit. Just in right now, 4 weeks before they start building it up, who do you think should win it? Or who do you think could win it? I'll give you two answers for that.
All right. What are our options? Nakamura, Styles, Ziggler, Corbin, and
Owens,
and Zayn.
We already said Zayn. No, we didn't say Zayn.
Zayn.
Yeah.
Okay. Since this is Money in the Bank and it's something that you could run around with for a while, I wouldn't mind seeing. Hear me out on this. I wouldn't mind seeing Zayn with it. Zayn doesn't get a whole lot of wins. Zayn isn't going to win no number one contendership. Zayn is a very good loser. He falls with style. He is a ragdoll that gets his ass whooped, but people still love him. He's the underdog from the underground. That is code word for he is the guy who doesn't win shit.
He's paying his dues.
He's paying his dues, but you don't have to win but one match.
You don't have to have an actual match. You could just, hey, he's out cold. Ring the bell.
Right. Well, I was going to say you only have to win one match in the sense that you have to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. And that could be kind of fluky because everyone else could be laid out and you just thank you, and then that's it.
Dude, they had a low-key badass match, him and Corbin on Sunday.
They did.
And he won.
And he won.
And he won.
So for the way that he gets booked consistently, I would like for him to be the Money in the Bank holder because he doesn't have to string a bunch of wins together to become champ. Exactly. He could just hold on to the briefcase, win or lose all year, and then do a cash in. Mm-hmm. And people will be happy because it's Sammy. Thing that could happen for Sammy. And I think that's the only path to the championship Sammy could take with the way they like to book him.
That's what I want. And I think that's what they're going to do. For once, I think they're going to do him a solid.
Okay.
I know what they could do is give it to Corbin because Corbin's earned it as well. He's earned the opportunity to be the holder of it. I don't want them to give it to Kevin Owens for the simple fact that I don't like Kevin Owens is in this match. I never liked when Shelton Benjamin was in the Bank matches as the Intercontinental Champions. I never liked when Dean Ambrose is in matches for the world title whenever he's the Intercontinental Champion. I
agree.
I hate when the mid-card champion is trying to become the main card champion.
Right. I
don't want Owens to win. AJ Styles can't win because them two need to have the rubber match at Ball or whatever. SummerSlam. Okay. Maybe next after that.
Okay, well, let's look at this person by person. Nakamura and AJ, both, they don't need Money in the Bank. They're going to be world champions at some point. Ziggler, he's had his shot, come and go. I don't think he needs Money in the Bank again.
It'd be interesting if they gave it to him again.
It'd be interesting, but whatever.
I've seen that before.
Corbin and Zayn, okay, that's what we're making arguments for. And then I think it would be a mistake to have Kevin Owens having two pieces of hardware walking around with it. Yeah. You know, he's a United States champ. Let him be the United States champ for a while. America. You know, let him be the new face of America. You made a whole new Titantron and a whole new. I fucking love that his face is on the ramp and he walks around it.
I didn't notice
out of respect for himself.
I've not noticed.
He doesn't want to walk on his own face because it's the face of America. I fucking love it. I love it.
Notice that at
he's
all.
done this every time he's come out, and his face is on the ramp. He doesn't just walk straight down the ramp. He purposely walks around it. I love that. So, yeah, for me, it's got to be one of those two. But we're probably jumping ahead of ourselves with our predictions here.
Yeah. That's what I said. just let it be known that it's a month before. I just want to know where we sit right now.
Last thing I want to bring up from SmackDown. The commercials are back. And what do I mean by that? 9 months ago? I don't know. A while ago.
It was the first one.
Was it?
It was the first.
It was the first SmackDown Live. Very first SmackDown Live. They had picture-in-picture commercials where they would cut to commercial. The audio would be for the commercial. Hey, go to McDonald's. Blah blah blah. Whatever. But it wasn't full screen. It was like 3/4 of the screen, and the other top corner still showed the match as it was happening.
Yeah.
They did that again last night, and I like it. I don't know why they abandoned it, but they brought it back. Now, did you see this, Arnold? Earlier in the week, JR was quoted. I don't know if it was a tweet or an interview or what, but it was on social media. JR said, "I don't think that commercials during matches are a good thing. I think it hurts the business. I think it hurts the viewership, and it hurts the product in general." Next thing you know,
they do that.
Next thing you know, they bring out the picture-in-picture. Was that because of JR?
It could be coincidence. It could be like what Chris says. Every single thing that the wrestlers do on social media is a work.
Okay.
If they don't tweet and delete, it's for a reason.
Okay.
And he's back under contract with WWE. So that maybe got people thinking, and maybe got someone like you. They got him.
Maybe.
I hope.
I like it.
I hope that
Do you like
that's what I liked it. I didn't pay attention to it. I need audio, bro. I was watching the commercials, but the wrestling match was there. But I was like, "Ooh, but Canyon Arrow. That's cool. I want a Canyon Arrow."
Canyon Arrow.
Yeah, but that's cool. That's fine. I do agree with the commercials hurting matches. I've always hated that. Oh yeah, every time you see them on the side, oh, they're about to do a commercial. Oh, Kenny, so we're taking over this match, and then come back and then whatever. I think it sucks.
Okay.
Raw had abandoned that for years, and they brought that back when they went 3 hours, and they brought it back. I know for a long time they didn't have that.
Right.
For a long time they didn't have that.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for all the WWE stuff that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else you could think of last minute.
No, that's that.
Okay.
We covered all because DarkMatch also covered some shit.
Yeah, I think that's WWE in a nutshell. Lucha Underground is supposed to be coming back next week, next Wednesday, I believe. So,
holy shit!
By the time we're doing this show, they'll be on the air depending on the hours or whatever. So the following week, it'll be the first time we get to talk about it.
I must binge watch.
You have to binge watch because you haven't watched any.
Right now, this is going to be season 3.
What they're picking up in is technically the middle of season 3, I believe.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. It could be season 4.
I haven't checked what they have on Netflix. It's season 1 and 2
for sure.
Okay,
I'm not sure about 3.
I'll watch the 1 and 2, then I'll try to recap a third somewhere to get the third.
Spoilers will be out there somewhere.
Yeah.
So Lucha Underground's coming up.
I've always wanted to get into it. I could never find the channel that I had on it already.
Yeah.
I think like a week or 2 ago, I found out that I have it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna DVR it. When does it come on? Like what time?
That's the thing. I don't know. Sometimes it was at 7. I think they started out at 8, but then they switched it.
Okay.
I don't know. And it might be different now.
And is it an hour or 2 hours?
It's an hour. It's always 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I could recap.
Yeah.
I could
It's 1 hour.
catch up real quick.
Okay, so that's Lucha Underground. We should be looking forward to that. I mentioned earlier in the show that this week has been a crazy week for me. I didn't get to watch the UK special nor the takeover in time or whatever, and that was because this past weekend was WrestleThon. WrestleThon, for anybody that doesn't know, is headed by my friend Jake. This is his 4th time doing it. It is basically on an app called Twitch, where you go to twitch.com. Basically, that's where you play video games and you can watch people play video games. So what WrestleThon is a 48-hour straight live stream where we play different kinds of wrestling video games, all the way from like regular Nintendo up to present day WWE 2K, whatever the year is. And we're doing it all for charity to raise money for a charitable organization called Child's Play Charity. What they do is they take their funds and whatever that they raise to buy video games and toys and stuff for the children's wings of children's hospitals and abuse shelters as well that provide medical stuff for like kids and stuff. So that's what they do. This year, we were able to raise, within that 48-hour period, $2,500. So anybody that was a part of the live stream there, thanks so much for making the fourth WrestleThon a success. There were rumblings from Jake and from other people there that they were going to do something during the summer, so like a mini WrestleThon or something like that. So keep tuned to that. We'll try to give you here at Houston Wrestling Radio updates on it whenever we can and whenever I remember to. But yeah, dude, check out WrestleThon. You can follow them on Twitter at WrestleThon. They're also on Facebook. Just do a search for WrestleThon. But yeah, it was fun. It was cool. I wound up doing graveyard shift Saturday night. So yeah, that was fun. I wound up taking a shot of Cholula and a shot of Louisiana hot sauce, and my stomach was not happy the next morning. But yeah,
you know who was happy about your Cholula shot?
Who?
Cholula.
Yeah, they tweeted. Yeah, because I tweeted out, hey, I just did this shot of Cholula for charity. The next day, Monday, we were in the company truck together, and notification, Cholula liked the tweet. So that's pretty awesome.
That was cool.
So yeah, WrestleThon, man, that was freaking great.
Now that I know more about it, because you at least to me, you didn't really tell me about what it was. You kind of whatever. Now that you tell me about it, I'm hoping whatever they do the summer thing, I want to be more a part of that too. Because I've had two kids, lost one, and my daughter had a heart murmur. So
right, I remember
she's been in and out of Texas Children's Hospital, and so hospitals are a big thing for me, and I would love to be part of that type of stuff. So
there you go.
Whenever they get involved in that type of stuff, I want to be part of it. I could raise some money for that, and I could help raise some money for that stuff.
Hell yeah! So any listeners or viewers out there, whatever, keep your ears open for that. I think you could still go to the WrestleThon page and click on the donation link, because the donations are always open. Okay. But we actively push it and do the thing when we're doing the thing. Yeah. So not many people just go on a random week in the middle of not WrestleThon and donate, but you can, if you want to. But
I'll get more involved with that.
So there you go. So yeah, that's that. It was awesome. It was fun. Thanks to Jake. The last thing I want to bring up is this thing that kind of just came up in the last few days or so. We were sitting at work on our lunch break, and you said you like watching What Culture. I know you do, because whenever I started doing this Houston Wrestling Radio thing, you'd watch us, but then you'd also tell me about what the fuck What Culture was doing. So yeah, I know you like What Culture. I do. So we were sitting there on our lunch break, and you started watching a video that What Culture put up. Tell the lovely listeners what happened.
What he the guy Adam from What Culture, what he basically said is they passed a new kind of like a set of rules for YouTube, and you have to meet certain standards because YouTube is run by ads. That's how you make money. That's how we get money for this, if possible, by ads and stuff like that. So what happened was, like, I don't know, a while back, somebody started using YouTube to put like hate speeches up, and they were just talking shit about whatever.
Talking about Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and during those videos, they had ads in them. So sponsors who were in those ads, like, we don't want to have anything to do with that. They started pulling their ads left and right. YouTube's like, no, fuck, we can change. So they started putting filters on their content of what they do, citing things as like, what's the word they use for the
offensive content.
Offensive content on certain things. Somehow wrestling has fallen into offensive content. Yeah. So the advertising is basically even stripped away from them. So like people like What Culture who do their shows like this, they do their lists and stuff like that. That got affected in the past 6 months since the change happened. Their revenue's been going low, whatever. They haven't really gained much money. What really hurt them was WCPW, which relies on ads.
Their What Culture's own indie promotion.
Yeah, What Culture Professional Wrestling. I think that's, I can't forget the name. I get it wrong every time. WCPW. They've been putting on matches, and it's been awesome, to watch them grow as a company, basically. But since they're on YouTube, you don't pay; you just watch it every once a week or whatever. They have their weekly show, then their pay-per-views, I believe. they've lost the ability to fund the shows now because all the ad money is gone. To be better, there was a match for WCPW, which was, I believe it was El Patron Alberto against Rey Mysterio, and it's gotten over 1.1 million views on YouTube, and it has made a revenue of $44.
Right, which isn't a whole lot from what they used to make. Now, see, remember last year when Macklemore was a thing and everybody was like, oh man, this guy is awesome. And like he got, Grammy and stuff because he did it without being signed and how that was so amazing that he became so popular. And so the reason why he was so popular and still well-funded enough to put out very, very high quality videos is because all the YouTube hits that he was getting was making him money.
Yeah.
Real money. We're not talking about like $10, $15. He was getting real money. And he was getting enough money to where it was okay for him to actually, do this for a living without actually being signed to a record label. That's how much money he was actually making just off of YouTube hits. So basically, that's the same type of thing that wound up happening to What Culture. They were making a decent amount of money, but then when YouTube said, hey, you know what, wrestling is on the offensive content list, they cut their funding. Now, some people might be like, well, what the fuck does that have to do with you guys? Why do you even care? Well, here's why. Because we're wrestling as well. Now, if Houston Wrestling Radio had enough views to where we would make money, which I know it's a far cry, but if we had enough views to make money, we would be making money if we also had cleaned up our fucking potty mouths. But we say fucking shit and dick too much.
Yeah.
But if we were clean and if we had enough views, we would be making a little bit of money as well.
Yeah.
But we're not. Because and even if we did clean up our stuff and even if we did go viral, we would not have that option because we're labeled as pro wrestling. So other organizations out there that do have the views, that do clean up their potty mouths, like What Culture, like Heelbook, like all these others that are out there that actually, maybe even the Puppet, although they do more with Ranker or whatever. Their funding is basically evaporating away because the ads, see, when you do YouTube, I don't want to get too technical, but when you do YouTube, you can apply for monetization. That basically means you could apply to have your ads put onto your videos. And when the ad is onto your video, if you get more views, then you get more revenue from that video. Well, you could not apply for monetization, or you can apply and get denied. We haven't applied because we know we're going to get denied because we just cuss too much and we just don't have enough views. But for those that do, if they were like us where we talk about wrestling, or if they were wrestling organizations that, like an indie fed that was like coming up on the rise, like if it was like PWG or something like that, that didn't have pay-per-view revenue, that was only relying on YouTube revenue, well, you know what? They're out of luck.
Imagine if ROW only had that,
right.
They did a weekly show on YouTube. They didn't have, Channel 39. They did on, weekly shows on the internet. They would be fucked right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of indie wrestling out there. So don't do it just because of us two idiots sitting here. Oh, those stupid Houston Wrestling Radio people want money. Do it for the awesome indie wrestling that you are possibly missing out on.
Yeah.
Because What Culture put on some awesome fucking shows. And now they're not going to be doing that anymore.
They had to cancel big special over the weekend.
Right. So if you want to help out, we put up a link that Heelbook did to sign a petition to get YouTube to change that, to stop calling pro wrestling as offensive content. Can pro wrestling be offensive? You bet your ass. You go back and you watch some of the stuff from the Attitude Era. Yeah, pro wrestling is offensive sometimes. But that's the thing. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Same thing with books, movies, TV shows. You could watch Mr. Rogers and that isn't offensive. But you could watch, Walking Dead, and some people would think that's offensive. Yeah. Because it's too bloody and gory or whatever. Or
zombies think they're painted in a bad picture. They're misrepresented.
They're misrepresented. Or that what was that one show that we were talking about that Mike started watching Gods,
Oh,
American Gods,
American Gods.
where then there was like a bunch of gay sex on it, and
Yeah.
I guess like now he doesn't watch it. Is that what happened?
Because of the gay sex.
Yeah. So like, so yeah, any medium can be offensive, and wrestling is just a medium. Wrestling in and of itself is not offensive. It could. I mean, we're offensive because we say fuck all the time, but
I'm a borderline racist.
Yeah. Other stuff out there, dude. If you want to see wrestling have another avenue so that they could thrive, so that the next indie star that you didn't know about, you could go on and watch and get more and more and more of them, then, dude, you should probably try to support this petition that's online. So that's that. Anything else that we've missed throughout the week? Are we good?
We are good.
I think it's time to go home.
Solid wrestling week.
I'm already home.
Yeah, a solid wrestling week. A solid sign of things to come. A good sign of things to come from both brands.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly SmackDown. NXT is looking really, really, really good. For as much as
surprisingly, yeah.
For as bad as we've kind of been shitting on the women in Raw and SmackDown, the NXT division is building up very, very greatly to me. I saw the match that Chris was talking about that aired last week. That the MMA fighter chick, I forget her name is. Against the army kind of the military girl. I'm losing my shit right now, but like as far as not remembering their names. But they put on a really good match, and that chick looks really good. Just in general, NXT is starting to come up. Aleister Black, all that shit. Drew McIntyre. This week, the episode which aired tonight, which I'm gonna go watch when I get home, it was supposed to be because it was gonna be filmed in Chicago. It was filmed in Chicago for Takeover. So everything's looking good for the summer. It doesn't seem like we're having a dog days of summer where it's like, just wait till summer, something good to happen. Where usually back in the days, June King of the Ring, July American Bash, Fully Loaded, whatever. That should get away. Then we'll go to SummerSlam until it matters again. Yeah. Now it's like, dude, everything's going on. It's good. Everything's straight. Everything's good. And everything's pointing in a good direction. Yeah. Trending forward.
Everybody that has joined us tonight on the live chat, thank you so much.
Very active tonight. I love it.
Yeah. We had another guy, new guy William. We had a guy Tim, Seth. Anybody else that like joined us but maybe didn't say anything, thank you so much. If you're new, please hit the subscribe button. Also hit the thumbs up button. That helps us out whenever we're trying to have visibility online. Or hell, who knows? Maybe one of these days we'll get lucky enough to where we'll have enough views to where we'd have to clean up our potty mouths and maybe we could get monetization ourselves.
Fuck
who knows? Wait, you said fuck.
Oh shit.
Damn. But yeah, hey, thanks so much. Hit like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio. Follow us on Twitter at HWrestling Radio. Go find us on the Instagrams. Adios, my friends. Keep it classy. You did a little.
I'm gonna do it until I find something of my own.
Don't look at my face.